Most of us will picture a game like Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, or maybe a classic like Super Mario. What do these games all have in common? Male playable characters. The game Super Smash Bros. Wii U has a starting roster of 37 characters to choose from. Only 7 are female, and there are 4 characters that you can choose the gender of. So at best, there are 11 female characters compared to 26 male ones. What does it say about our society that our most popular video games all feature a male playable character? Where are the women? The roles of women in video games are severely lacking. Today, we will look at how underutilized female characters are, examine how women are represented within video games, and delve into why women are relegated to roles that are not the main character. So, how badly are women underrepresented? Female characters appear far less often in video games than one might expect. According to the World Factbook, there were 0.97 males for every 1 female in the US in 2014. This means that women outnumber men. Kim Gittleson, a reporter for the British Broadcasting Corporation, wrote that female characters make up 15% of all characters since the 1990s. So women make up over half the population, but represent less than a quarter of all characters in video games. This is a huge gap from reality. Now, let's take a look at how women's roles are typically divided. The representative roles women play are usually the damsel in distress or a sex symbol. John Beck and Mitchell Wade in Video Games Transcend Gender Roles in the Opposing Viewpoints book on video games cite a study done in 2002 where 341 PlayStation and Nintendo games were evaluated for gender roles. This study showed that females wore low-cut clothes and had bare arms more often than not. And, quote, 40% of all female characters had disproportionately large chests, unquote. In Star Fox Adventures, the main character, Fox McCloud, must save Crystal, this game's damsel in distress. Not many know, but Anita Sarkeesian from Feminist Frequency says that Crystal was originally designed to be a main character in her own game. However, she was integrated into the already popular Star Fox series. This shift left Crystal as a helpless female in little clothing, not an empowered character fighting enemies to save the world. To illustrate what I mean by damsel in distress and sex symbols, I will show you some pictures. So, this is the character Lara Croft from the Tomb Raider series. You can see that she is wearing short shorts and a low-cut crop top. She's in the Tomb Raider series, she fights enemies with guns. I don't think she'd be protected at all. Another example. This character's name is Ivy from the Soul Calibur series. The Soul Calibur series is a sword fighting game. You can see the disproportionately large chest and very little clothing. Now moving on to the damsel in distress. This is Princess Zelda from the Legend of Zelda series, and this is Princess Peach from Super Mario. You can see that both are wearing pink or purple, have long dresses, long hair, pretty big eyes, they're both wearing crowns, and they have jeweled adornments like a necklace. Now, while Zelda has a sword in her hand, the only time she uses it is when she is possessed by the main enemy. She never actually fights. Next, we will take a look at why there are so few female characters. A history of male gamers and female stereotypes have set the framework for video games to feature male main characters. BBC's Kim Gittleson wrote an article saying, quote, that only 4% of the main characters in the top 25 selling video games of 2013 were female, unquote. Gittleson's statistics also say that women make up 48% of gamers today. That's another inequality in representation. It appears that these issues stem from the fact that most game developers are male, as Catherine Isbister, a game designer, told Gittleson. Male game developers are having problems figuring out if it is the games themselves or the distortion of female characters that women don't like about the games. Elizabeth Swedick and Marianne DeLay professors at Harvey Mudd College, say that developers originally made games for girls as the antithesis of games for boys. Everything that was valued in the traditional games, like competition, victory, control, and force, were reversed for girls' games. Developers are trying to cater to the female crowd, but by using female stereotypes, they're turning off the buyers. Today, we have looked at how women in video games are underrepresented in proportion to reality, examined why the roles women do have in video games are that of a damsel or a sex symbol, and finally, studied how the history of men in games has made it so that men are the primary main characters. Within video games, the roles of female characters are quite lacking. The next time we play a video game, we can better analyze what it means when there are fewer or no women at all.